The New South Wales Gaming and Betting Act 1912 was intended to restrict the operation of illegal betting machines in the community. The legislation had been amended many times over the years as technology and society had changed the ways in which people could gamble. By the mid-1980s, the legislation prohibited, among other things, any electronic or partly electronic device designed or adapted for the playing of a game for money or prizes. Leisure and allied industries manufactured a range of machines, including the rotary merchandiser. These are now rare to see, but they were still pretty big in the 1970s and 1980s at carnivals or fetes. The player inserted a 20-cent coin and a turntable with prizes on it began spinning. The player pressed a button to stop the turntable, and then a mechanical arm came out and pushed at the prizes. If one went into the chute, you took the prize home. Usually, inevitably, the player went away disappointed. The question before the New South Wales Court of Appeal was whether the humble rotary merchandiser was prohibited by the Gaming and Betting Act. After all, it was electronic or partly electronic. It was designed for the playing of a game, and there were money or prizes. It wasn't much like actual gambling, but the lower court refused to find that the rotary merchandiser was lawful. On appeal, the company argued that a purposive approach to the legislation would find that Parliament never intended to outlaw devices like the rotary merchandiser. The court was sympathetic, but President Kirby found that there was no parliamentary intention to be observed. He said the law is a jumble of ill-matched and poorly integrated enactments. If there is now to be found a common thread through it all, it would seem to be nothing more than revenue raising. The only safe approach to the construction of the web of applicable legislation is attention to the literal words of the legislation. A purposive approach founders in the shallows of a multitude of obscure, uncertain, and even apparently conflicting purposes. Applying a literal approach, they found that the rotary merchandiser was a prohibited amusement device. From this case, we learn that sometimes, where a piece of legislation has developed and changed over many years, a purposive approach to statutory interpretation may be impossible. So all the court can do is read the words of the statute literally.